Hello, welcome everybody. Welcome to Gaming Thoughts with W0lfinn podcast. Yeah, we're changing the podcast up because I'm going back to indie horror. That's what actually this podcast is going to be on, is why I'm going back to indie horror. There's a few big reasons. There's a few um, selfish reasons. So just to purely go off it, I'll be like I've said. I'm always going to be honest with you guys. So yeah, it's not like I'm not going to be playing MMOs or anything like that. It's just you might still see MMO stuff here on YouTube. I'll probably do stuff here off and on. Um, but for as far as streaming goes, might for the most part it's going to be back to indie horror. Though every once in a while, like if I've got like an hour or two, and I'm kind of at the point where I need to just take a break of whatever I'm playing on the indie horror side, I might pop up on WoW Classic Horror or maybe Diablo 4 for an hour or two, depending on how I'm feeling, just for the change up. But for the most part, it's going to be as far as Twitch goes, it's going to be more indie horror stuff, and then on YouTube is going to be mostly indie horror stuff with an occasional MMO type thing. If it's an MMO that I'm playing currently, just to put it out there. But why the change? Biggest reason was I was missing the adrenaline rush. Now, granted, if I would have been playing maybe some other MMOs, it wouldn't have hit me as hard. But though I love WoW, there are moments where it gets your adrenaline going. For the most part, it's just standing there, hitting something with a stick until it's dead, and then moving on to the next thing and standing there, hitting it with a stick. And I was finding myself after about a month of honestly falling asleep. Now, I know there's other MMOs out there that are more action based that would have helped with that, but it, I mean, to be honest, I don't enjoy playing them that much. I mean, I could have done the Switch, but they're more Eastern type MMOs, and the races in those don't appeal to me that much, to be totally honest. I'm way more of a Western MMO type guy. Grew up on Tolkien, so that is kind of what I expect in my worlds that I'm in. So, because no, I don't play humans, but I do tend to play non-human races. But for some reason, some of the other games just never really appealed to me too much. I mean, that was one of the major reasons why I switched back over to indie horror. Two, um, I just missed the I missed the game, especially Faz. I mean, Faz is the biggest reason why I'm going back to indie horror. Even though the lack of updates is kind of getting to me. I liked streaming it. When it really comes down to it, that's part of it. Is I really like streaming the game, and people liked watching me stream the game. Apparently, well, they liked watching me. Plus, they liked watching me play Faz. But I lost when I made the switch. I lost between a third to three quarters of my audience on Twitch, and not gonna lie, that hurt. Don't blame anybody for moving or not watching because they learned they came into me as an indie horror streamer, not as an MMO streamer. But it also comes down to they didn't want to watch it, and I don't blame them. I mean, honestly, it's one reason why I'm not wanting to stream it. It gets a little boring. Where Faz and other indie horror stuff like Demonologist or like This Is a Ghost or Resident Evil um, is a lot more active watching. I mean, we might even get back into Dead by Daylight a little bit here and there. That might be another one of those things that I watch every once in a while, that I play every once in a while after I play something else. But that was a lot of it. Was I missed the people. I missed the folks that were usually on my chat that were no longer in my chat because they just weren't interested in MMOs. And It basically came down to, okay, do I want to play? Do I want to stream something that I enjoy playing, but right now I do not have the audience, or and an audience that I miss talking to, or do I want to stream something that I also enjoy, maybe not as much, but that I do enjoy streaming. Plus, it's a good streaming game. It's easy to take a break off it. It's easy to step out, get a little bit more get a little bit of interaction between with you in the chat, especially with Dixper, and going and sticking with that, and then maybe every once in a while playing an MMO for an hour or two, just to kind of do a couple of different things off and on. Yes, we've got a GS in front of us. And it just came down to the point where I missed having people there. And with WoW, Diablo 4, even Dead by Daylight, breaking into those is also hard because you're so far down the bottom of the list that the only time people are going to find you to watch you is either recommendations, which might happen, or they're searching for people way at the bottom of the list to maybe take a look at. And I just it was kind of like, okay, I could stream this, but this is my full-time job now. I need to be streaming things that I enjoy, but also people want to watch. And it's also a better chance of people, checking me out and seeing if they like they like watching me. So a lot of it's going to be just for me with Faz and Indie Horror. It's during the downtimes of updates, things like that, is finding something to keep myself and keep chat entertained while we're in droughts. Because like Faz, by the time if Faz gets its update in July, like they've said, that's going to be 5 months since the last update. Demonologist just came out with a small update. I need to go check that out and here in a little bit, and see what they've got there. Because apparently we've got some new pets, some new T-shirts. They redid the upstairs, which is funny because I was just saying today on stream, because I played a little bit of Faz and I played Demonologist, and the first house we did was Abandoned House, and I made the comment of, I know they opened up this top floor. It's very lackluster. It's like, okay, here's a bathroom. Have fun. So I'm curious to see what changes they made to the upstairs. So that's actually going to be a video for Friday, or I might put it out later. This is going to come out Wednesday, the podcast. I'm not sure. I might actually put out something maybe later today on the Demonologist update, which will be Tuesday the 13th. Other reasons why I made the move back to Indie Horror. One, I kind of missed all my posters. We had these up, but I missed these. The WoW posters are great. I'm probably going to replace the flag that you can barely kind of see here. Probably replace that flag with all the WoW posters, and then move some of the hat racks maybe over to this side. So you can be able to see the posters more. Other reason, honestly, purely, like I said, this is my full-time job. So there are sacrifices you sometimes have to make, and I've realized that though I love playing MMOs, I like playing Diablo 4, things like that, I don't necessarily like streaming them. Maybe if chat was a little bit more active, but that's going to take time. That's going to take time to build back up. And it's not like I don't care. If I was just starting out and not, doing this full time, maybe. But no, this is my full-time job. So I need to do things that people want to watch as well as what I want to play. So, so I'm not being, Mr. Dour Grumpy Dwarf while I'm playing them. I need to be, happy that I'm enjoying the games. which is one reason why you're going to see me switching off, is once I can start telling that a game is beginning to get on my nerves because of, just glitches, things that have been broken in the game for like over 2 years, things like that. Once I notice I want to start getting grumpy about that, I'm going to switch games to something that is more, that's going to get me back in a better mood. So, because no, I know I've lost people while I was doing Faz, probably over the last 6 months, well, I guess 7 months. Because no, I was getting to the point where I was not enjoying playing the game that much. And I know it came across on my streams. So, and I lost people. They didn't want to, they came in to have fun and to enjoy a game, and to enjoy watching someone enjoy a game that they enjoy, not listen to someone basically bitch and moan about a game that they weren't having fun with. And it's like, look, if you don't like playing this, why the hell are you playing it? Go play something else. So that's something I'm going to be doing. So, because no, I still love Faz. I still enjoy it. Right now I'm on a trying to get to 20K before the wipe. I think I can do it if I keep playing the way I'm playing right now, and maybe a little bit off stream. I should be able to get it done with about 20 streams. So, which would put me right about the point where they're going to be doing the wipe, because I'm getting about 100 levels a day. So I just passed 18,000. So I think I can get there. We'll see. But I'm hoping I really need Demonologist to update a little bit faster. Actually, not even update, just fix the game a little bit better. I mean, evidence and objectives are still sometimes a pain in the butt to get. I was watching someone else today trying to get the blow out the candle objective so they could move to the exorcism. They had everything else just so they could get to the exorcism. And the ghost kept on doing events, kept on showing up, kept on doing stuff, would not blow out the candle. I think that was one of the last days I played Demonologist a month and a half ago. Was I had the same thing. It's like, you're doing everything else in this room but blowing out that candle. But that's basically why we're moving over to horror. Moving back over to horror. You're probably going to be seeing on YouTube and on Twitch be playing more variety of horror. So probably a little bit of survival, probably a little bit of RPG. Not necessarily worrying too much, not worrying about the numbers, but sticking with horror. So it'll kind of breaking things up. So not be playing be playing Faz a lot because I want to try to get to 20K. After I get to 20K, I'm not worried about it. But we're playing a lot of Faz, but also pulling out, trying, getting I've got all the remastered Resident Evils. Playing some of that, playing some of Dead by Daylight, playing the other ghost hunting games like Demonologist or Ghost Watchers, or Forewarned. So, but that's pretty much why we moved back over to Indie Horror. I missed having people on that I could talk to, because I had like a lot of my folks lurked, which I loved. I love them for lurking, but they were off watching other people because they were off watching other people who were playing something that they wanted to watch. Sitting there and watching someone play hardcore, while hardcore wasn't something that they were interested in, and I totally get it. But I didn't want to lose those people. Those people have become important to me, and so I'd rather sacrifice maybe playing something that I really, really want to play, which I really enjoy playing classic and all that. But when it comes down to also, I didn't really like. I really, after the first month, I was getting bored. Because it was mainly bored because I was playing something for 6 hours that is kind of like, oh god, I don't really want to play this anymore. So, which is basically the same thing with Faz. After about 6, I can't play Faz for 6 hours anymore. 5 is about the max, and really that if I'm going to 5, that 5th hour is usually is pulling teeth. Unless I do a challenge. I'm learning that I can play about 4 hours, get all the maps done, and then if I want to play a 5th hour, if I'm going to play Faz for the 5th hour, is do a challenge or two. Like today, I did a no evidence challenge, and that kind of revigorates me. So I need to get more into not doing just playing and letting Dixper help with all that kind of good stuff, and play. Do so like Fridays are gonna turn into I'm gonna open up the play with viewers queue. So if folks want to play with me on Fridays, feel free to come over. Um, on but during streams, I need to start interjecting challenges more. So to just kind of break things up. I think that's about it. Next podcast is probably going to be on why first impressions are important in the indie horror game, especially like right now, like for me, ghost hunting type games, paranormal hunting type games, and why updates are important, of keeping updates fresh to keep your viewers, to keep people wanting to keep involved in your game. But that's probably going to be the next podcast, which will be next week. But I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day. Love y'all. Peace.